Hi everyone and welcome to this Excel Pro tutorial. In this video, you are going to master two powerful Excel functions, VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. Whether you are working in HR, finance, or logistics, if you've ever had to find related data in a large table, these lookup functions are your best friends. We'll not only look at the syntax but also walk through real business examples like looking up employee departments using their ID, finding product names from SKU codes in an inventory sheet. So, let's begin with the classic VLOOKUP function. VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. It searches a value in the first column of a range and returns a value in the same row from another column to the right. Syntax is equal to VLOOKUP. Lookup underscore value, comma, table underscore array, comma, kernel underscore index underscore num, comma, range underscore lookup, where lookup value is the value you want to search, and table array is the full range of your table, example A2 to C100, and column index number is the column number from which to return the value, and range lookup use false for exact match. Note, VLOOKUP cannot look to the left and is prone to breaking if columns move. So now directly moving to an example. Suppose you are in the HR team and you have a table of employees with column A employee ID, column B name, column C department, and your manager sends you a list of employee IDs and asks, can you tell me which departments they belong to? Here we'll make use of VLOOKUP formula in column B. Entering the formula is equal to VLOOKUP. Select the lookup value, that is value in cell A2 in this table. Then select the employee directory table from A2 to C100. Then enter the column number, that is the column containing the department, which is 3. Now specify the exact match criteria, that will be false. So that's how we get the value using VLOOKUP formula. And the cells in which #NA is coming, that employee IDs are not there in the directory. Coming again. Here's what it exactly does. This looks the value in A2, the employee ID. Searches for it in the first column of the table A2 to C100, which is column A of employee directory table, and returns the corresponding value from the third column, the department column. So that how exactly VLOOKUP gives value from other table. This VLOOKUP function works well unless the table structure changes or department shifts left of employee ID. That's where XLOOKUP is better. Now coming to XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP is the modern replacement for VLOOKUP, introduced in Excel 365. Syntax is equal to XLOOKUP bracket open lookup underscore value, comma, lookup underscore array, comma, return underscore array, comma, if underscore not underscore found, comma, match underscore mode, comma, search underscore mode, bracket close. Where lookup array is the column where you want to search, and return array is the column where values should come from, and if not found is the optional value to return if no match found. Having a look at XLOOKUP advantages. XLOOKUP can look both left or right, so here if you move the department column towards left end, VLOOKUP won't work, whereas XLOOKUP will. XLOOKUP uses column references instead of index numbers. It also automatically returns exact match and handles missing data elegantly with not found, with working with dynamic arrays, that is SPIL functionality. So this is a short overview of XLOOKUP function. Now again coming back to the previous employee directory example. Instead of using VLOOKUP, we will make use of XLOOKUP. Entering the formula is equal to XLOOKUP. Select the lookup value, that is value in cell A2 in this table. Then selecting the entire employee ID column from employee directory table from A2 to A100. Next select the entire department column from employee directory table, which is row 3. Enter comma and specify what to show if the value is not found. For now, we'll enter the text not found. So that's how we get the value using XLOOKUP function. Once again, what's exactly happening here is A2 refers to a lookup value which we are looking out in the employee directory table. A2 to A100 is where we are searching the IDs. C2 to C100 contains the departments, which is the required value. You can also see here that text not found is showing in the cell wherever #NA is coming in the column where we entered VLOOKUP formula. So that's how XLOOKUP works and is much more readable, easy to apply and future-proof than VLOOKUP. Now again looking at one more real-life example. Suppose you manage inventory. You are given SKU codes and want to return their corresponding product names. Here we have a problem, that is The product name is in column A and SKU is in column B. VLOOKUP can't help here because it can't look in column 2 and return the value from column 1. But XLOOKUP will work. So with using the formula is equal to XLOOKUP, selecting lookup cell that is A2, selecting B2 to be 100. From inventory sheet where we are searching the SKU, selecting A2 to A100. Again from the inventory sheet, which is the required value. Again and specifying the text not found if the value is not found. This fetches the product names for each SKU in B column. Moving one step ahead, let's now use XLOOKUP and if function parallelly to find out the SKU which are out of stock and which are in stock. So start with entering the if formula is equal to if bracket open. Now specifying the criteria which will be done using XLOOKUP formula. So entering XLOOKUP formula. Note that in this formula we require the quantities column, which is in column D, selecting that 0 if not found, bracket close, is equal to 0. Now if the value is true, return the text out of stock, otherwise in stock. So that's it, closing the formula. Dragging the formula towards ends. Here we get the details of which SKU are in stock and which are out of stock, with simply using if and XLOOKUP formula simultaneously. So that's how you can also use XLOOKUP for multiple other purposes as well, parallelly with other formulas. Now that we have seen multiple examples for VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP, which makes clear how to apply them. So let's now do a quick comparison between VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP and see why XLOOKUP is considered the better, modern alternative. First point, column reference. With VLOOKUP, you have to manually count the number of columns to specify which value to return. For example, column 3, column 5, and so on. Whereas, in XLOOKUP, you don't count, you just directly specify the return column. This makes formulas easier to read and more resilient when columns shift. Second, default match type. VLOOKUP defaults to an approximate match unless you add false, while XLOOKUP defaults to exact match, which is what most people want in real-world use cases. So that's one less thing to worry about. Third, error handling. With VLOOKUP, if the value isn't found, Excel throws an ugly "-na" error. You'd need to wrap the formula in if error. Whereas with XLOOKUP, you simply provide a fallback message like not found right inside the formula. Fourth, spill support. XLOOKUP works beautifully with Excel's dynamic arrays. That means if you feed it a list, it'll automatically return a list of results. VLOOKUP doesn't support this. You'd have to drag the formula manually. In large datasets, VLOOKUP tends to be slower, especially when you are doing hundreds or thousands of lookups, while XLOOKUP is built on a more optimized engine and is faster in real-time analysis. Fifth, lookup direction. VLOOKUP can only search to the right. That means your lookup column must always be the first column of your table. Contrary to that, XLOOKUP removes this restriction completely. It can search both left and right, giving you much more flexibility. So in summary, if you are using Excel 365 or Excel 2019 and above, you should almost always go with XLOOKUP. It's cleaner, smarter, more powerful, and handles modern Excel scenarios much better. That's all for today's video. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share this video with your colleagues. Drop your questions in the comments. See you in the next tutorial.